welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. I'm Sibylla, and today I'm going to tell you how to make your new life vision a reality. We've all had a lot of time to think and to feel these past weeks and months. And amidst all the sad news, the illness and death and the stress and the problems and challenges that people have been facing, amidst all of that, there's a lot of uplifting and heartwarming news as well. I keep hearing from people that they have realized what's truly important in life, that they're going to stop just chasing the money and the outward success and this consumerism, and instead focus on what lights them up and on slowing down basically in life. And that's amazing. And yet I still think it remains to be seen how much of this is actually going to survive going back to normal, and how much of it is actually going to be put into practice in the long term. And therefore your mission today is to learn how to make sure that your insights and your vision, your new vision of life, is going to become a reality for you. Task number 1 is called Write It Down. For some reason that seems to be the hardest part for everyone. Every time I do this. And you hear me going on about this, and you'll keep hearing me go on about this until I'm blue in the face, because this is just so important. I can wave statistics into people's faces all day and they still won't believe it. And the statistics are, by the way, in case you haven't heard them before from me, the 2% of people who write down the likes of goals are invariably the 2% who are successful, happy, content, and so on and so forth. So do you know what? Pause the video right now. Just hit the pause button. Open a Word document or get something to write, and write down your vision. The way you do this is you write it down in detail in the form of a day in the life, or an ideal perfect day, if your vision becomes reality. And write it down in the detail of your 5 senses: what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you smell, and what you taste. So pause the video now and do not continue until you have completed this task. Go! Task number 2 is called Take the First Step Towards Your New Vision. Have you actually written it down? If not, stop right here, go back to task number 1 and don't continue until you've done it. All right, I'm going to assume now that you've actually written it down. So now comes what people who have been following me for a while also know in a way, but bear with me, there's a new twist to this as well. And that is to take the first step. You need to take the first step towards putting it into practice today, because if you don't do it today, or if you don't do it within the next 72 hours, the chances are, and this is, by the way, this is hard science, this has been found out by psychologists. If you don't take the first steps within 72 hours, the chances that you'll ever do it are about 0. And this is also the reason why this happens, what I said in the beginning, and why New Year's resolutions are never kept, people don't stick to them, and why so many people that are now seeing this and really feeling this need to change their lives, to slow down, to do what lights them up, and to do all these things, and realize what's truly important in their lives. Why so many of them won't stick to it. Why I can say this with confidence, because the majority of people are not going to do this, because they are neither writing it down nor are they taking action within the first day or 2. So trust me on this, and find out what your first step would be and schedule that for today and do it today. Obviously this needs to be after the video, but you can make up your mind now what you are going to do. And there's a little caution here. Just what you did in step 1, writing it down or planning your first step or doing some research, looking something up, doesn't quite cut it, because that brings with it the danger of what I call busyism. You're busy planning and writing lists and mapping everything out, and you're never actually taking action. So make sure that this first step is an action step that you can take today. Task number 3 is called Get Support, and for some reason this is another one that people always think is optional. Well, it's not optional. That's why not one of the 3 tasks is optional. And this one might be the most important. Get support. For some reason people think, involve others. Yuck, I don't want to do that. Well, you have to do it. You may as well make this your first step from task number 2. Make it the first step that you take today to get support. And to do this, you've got to, like I said, you've got to involve other people. And depending on what you're trying to do, what the change in your life is, if you want to pursue a passion or make something else your income, or whatever change you would like to make, it could look any number of, there could be any number of ways that you involve other people. Here are a couple of ideas just to get you going, to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. You could sign up for a class or a course. You can do that today. Do it today, or at least request the paperwork if this has to be done by paper, with physical paperwork. Or you could get a teacher. Now, if it's not a class, a course with several people, you could get in touch with and arrange lessons or tuition with an individual teacher. Depending on what it is, you might have to get coaching. I always say, and I'll keep saying it, go to a coach that you resonate with and who has a recognized qualification. Qualifications are like, they're a dime a dozen. You can go on a weekend course and get a certificate in coaching. Make sure that whatever qualification that coach has is recognized by one of the large international bodies. If it's passions, a life around passion and a life around your purpose that you're aiming for, then obviously talk to me because I'm the expert in that. But whatever coach is qualified and resonates with you is fine. I'll applaud you all the way. And the fourth possibility is to just join a group. If it's a sport or whatever, just join a group of practitioners. Do not try to do this alone. It's not skippable. In some way, shape or form, get support of one or more other humans. And this might make you uncomfortable, but like I said, if you make this the first step, then it'll be behind you and you'll have taken that first step. Your vision, this new life, that vision that you have, what you've now realized is really important. And what really matters in your life, in this one lifetime that you have, is really worth a little discomfort, don't you think? And that brings us to task number 4, which is let me know. Hit the reply button on the email that you got the link to the video with and tell me what you are going to do. What are your steps? What is the first step that you're going to do? This is the main thing that I want to know. What is that first step that you're going to do today? And in what way are you going to get support? Write to me and I'll write back, I promise. If you didn't get the link to the video in an email, that means you're not part of the Wild Spirits community yet, and you should join us. Go to wildspiritscoaching.com and fill in that little form there. You'll get 1 email per week, so it's really 100% spam free. You'll get additional extra articles and information, recommendations of books and other resources, and sometimes you get exclusive offers that are only for my subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up, or you can Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll get you to my website as well. Thank you for watching.